Good day, Marista. Welcome to today's webinar with the theme Pandaraya, Unraveling the Web Deception, Awareness of Different Misleading Information. Today, we'll explore the interconnected world of misinformation, malinformation, and disinformation, the three forms of information that we encountered at this age since media easily influences us. For the objectives, number 1, define and differentiate the meaning of misinformation, malinformation, and disinformation. Number 2, examine the effects of misinformation, malinformation, and disinformation to every individual. Number 3, identify the best way in dealing with misinformation, malinformation, and disinformation. Number 4, engage participants in interactive discussion to deepen their understanding. Number 5, question and answer portions. And for our last objectives, takeaways. Let me call on our first speaker, Ms. Fiona Enriquez.
Good day, everyone. I would like to begin with a question. Have you ever experienced the three types of false information? If you do, you can put your answers in the chat box. I think most of you have experienced that. So, what is misinformation, disinformation, and malinformation, Miss Fiona? So, here are the definitions of the three information disorders. Misinformation, disinformation, and malinformation are three different types of information disorders that can greatly hinder our ability to communicate and comprehend what is true. Although the methods may differ, all forms of distortion ultimately lead to negative consequences for individual and society. It is a form of false or misleading information, and telling apart true messages from false ones, as well as spotting messages made to harm, is really important. Each form of false information can have significant consequences, affecting individuals and societies in various ways. In order to grasp the meaning of each of those concepts, let's dive into the definitions of each one. Misinformation refers to the spread of false information or inaccurate information with the intentions of deceiving others. This can include intentional falsehood or misleading statements that are not based on facts and are designed to manipulate or mislead individuals or groups. It can also be spread through various channels such as social media, news outlets, or word of mouth, and can have serious consequences on individuals, communities, and society as a whole. Information that is false but not created to cause harm. Information that is false but not created to cause harm. It is misleading information that is intentionally spread. It can be the result of a misunderstanding, a mistake, or a lack of knowledge. False or inaccurate information that is spread unintentionally, often due to misunderstandings or mistakes. Misinformation is often spread through social media or other platforms where it can quickly reach a large audience. So these social medias are Facebook, Messenger, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Telegram, and many more. On the other hand, malinformation refers to information that is true but is used maliciously to cause damage to an individual, group, or nation. This malicious form of communication can be used to mislead, deceive, or manipulate others for malicious purposes, ultimately resulting it in negative consequences for the targeted party. Information that is based on reality and used to inflict harm on a person, organization, or country. It refers to factual information that is shared with malicious intent, such as to harm a person's reputation or to create chaos. It is often spread to cause chaos or confusion, damage an individual's reputation, or to cause harm to a group of people. Malinformation can include things like cyberbullying, online harassment, and spreading false rumors about someone. Deliberately misleading or harmful information that is spread with the intent to cause harm or damage someone's reputation. This could include spreading false rumors or sharing private information without a consent. For examples are sharing someone's private medical history without their consent. Next is leaking confidential messages to tarnish someone's images. Lastly, sharing intimate photos or videos to embarrass someone. Lastly, disinformation refers to the spread of false or deceptive information, often done in a secretive manner to manipulate public opinion or hide the truth. Information that is false and deliberately created to harm a person, social group, organization, or country. It is information that is intentionally spread to deceive or manipulate people. It is often spread by governments or other organizations as a way to advance their interests or discredit their opponents. This information can take many forms, including fake news, propaganda, and conspiracy theories. Similar to malinformation, but is typically spread by organizations or individuals with a specific agenda or motive. Similar to malinformation, but is typically spread by organizations or individuals with a specific agenda or motive. It involves intentionally spreading false information or propaganda to deceive or manipulate people for political, financial, and ideological reasons. Disinformation campaigns can be sophisticated and strategic, often aiming to sow confusion, distrust, or division within society. So in disinformation, for examples, spread with the intent to deceive or manipulate readers, aimed at influencing public opinion or voting behavior. Lastly, creating fake social media accounts to spread false information and sow discord. So with that discussion, I hope you can now understand the three types of false informations. Thank you for listening, everyone.
That's the definitions of the three false information. Now, what are the effects of misinformation, malinformation, and disinformation in every individual? Let me call on Mr. Zaira Gaya to give us information.
Hey Shao, come here. Bro, what's up? Hey look, there's no class today. Really? Yeah, let's go home. Sure bro. See you tomorrow bro. Bye bye.
Meanwhile,
Hey guys, where are you? Do you know we have school today?
the web of lies, how misinformation, malinformation, and disinformation affect us all. George Orwell quoted that, in a time of universal deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act. Hola a todos, this is Janzer Argallo, and we'll be talking about the effects of misinformation, malinformation, and disinformation in every individual. As the spider spins its web, wrong information can entangle individuals in a complex web of deceit. Just a single thread can ensnare its prey. False information can hide reality. With that, only discernment can untangle the web of deception to verify what is truly truth. It involves the deliberate spread of false or misleading information with the intent to deceive and can have a damaging impact on individuals and society. Indeed, these are the 10 effects of misinformation, malinformation, and disinformation as a whole. Firstly, they can undermine trust in institutions, authorities, experts, and sources of information. Secondly, they can influence public opinion and affect political behavior, such as voting, protesting, or boycotting. Thirdly, they can fuel polarization and intolerance and, in- and increase social divisions along lines of identity, ideology, or interest. Fourthly, they can erode democratic values and threaten human rights, such as freedom of expression, access to information, and privacy. Fifthly, they can harm public health and endanger lives by spreading false or misleading information about diseases, treatments, vaccines, or health guidelines. Sixthly, they can damage the environment and impede climate action by promoting denialism, skepticism, or apathy towards environmental issues or solutions. Seventhly, they can create economic losses and affect consumer behavior by affecting market confidence, investment decisions, or product choices. Eighthly, they can impair education and hinder learning by introducing errors, biases, or confusions into the curriculum, pedagogy, or assessment. Ninthly, they can hurt they, Ninthly, they can hurt personal reputation and cause emotional distress by spreading rumors, lies, or insults about individuals or groups. And finally, they can incite violence and instigate crime by provoking hatred, fear, or anger towards certain individuals or groups. With that, as we have seen, misinformation, malinformation, and disinformation are truly serious threats to our individuals and collective well-being. They can affect our perception of reality, our decision-making, our trust, and our reputation. Therefore, we need to be vigilant and critical consumers and producers of information. We need to check the facts, question the motives, and challenge the narratives. We need to seek the truth, share the truth, and so be the truth.
Hello everyone. For today's video, we're gonna show you how to prevent from any kinds of false information. First tip is check the source, okay? Because make sure information comes from something like reliable sources or established by some kind of popular site. After you check the source, verify it with other sources. You may double check the information that you're looking for, like in some other sources like medias and Google.
For the third part, since not all of the informations are legitimate, we should always check the websites or any links that may provide any information that may contain into malinformations. For the fourth part, we should know that every information might lead to miscommunication or even false information. So that's why we need to stay vigilant and double check if the statements are true or not.
So thank you, Mr. Zyrel. Now, we'll be able to identify the best way in dealing with misinformation, malinformation, and disinformation with the help of Ms. Christine Pumanes.
Good day, everyone. We will be untangled the best way to deal with misinformation, malinformation, and disinformation. Misinformation, malinformation, and disinformation strategies and campaigns are a process which enables the detection of misinformation and a means to combat its spread, particularly online. It is an umbrella and interrelated concept which is divided into human rights literacy, which relates to the fundamental rights afforded to all persons, particularly to the right to freedom of expression and the promotion and protection of these fundamental rights. News literacy, which refers to literacy about the news media, including journalistic standards and ethics. This includes, for example, the specific ability to understand the language and conventions of news as a genre and to recognize how these features can be exploited with malicious intent. Advertising literacy, which relates to understanding how online advertising works and how profits are driven in the online economy. Computer literacy, which refers to basic IT usage and understanding the easy manner in which headlines, images, and, increasingly, videos can be manipulated to promote a particular narrative. Understanding the attention economy, which relates to one of the causes of misinformation and the need for journalists and editors to focus on clickbait headlines and misleading imagery to grab the attention of users and, in turn, drive online advertising revenue. Privacy and intercultural literacy, which relates to developing standards on the right to privacy and Privacy and intercultural literacy, which relates to developing standards on the right to privacy and a broader understanding of how communications interact with individual identity and social developments.
I hope you will be able to learn the best way in dealing with that kind of false information.